Hello dreamers, and welcome back to PERLA'S DREAMS. Alrighty guys, this is going to be a continuation to the collective message that I posted earlier in regards to taking action. Now, as I'm saying that, a lot of you, if you're new, first of all, welcome. I usually use water and fire for my readings, but again, this is more of a download, so it's just going to be, oracle and tarot. A lot of you need to get out of your own way, guys. Like, you really need to get out of your own way. You really need to, like, stop sending the universe these mixed messages. It's like you're saying one thing, but then you're thinking another. And you're feeling another. And it's like, in order to allow things to manifest and allow things to come through, what you're thinking, what you're saying, and what you're feeling have to be in alignment. Now, there are different tricks or different ways of doing that. But again, you're sending the universe a lot of mixed messages. And for those of you that are wondering, I'm in the kitchen. Kind of needed a little change of scenery. And so if you hear a lot more noises, it's because there could probably be a little bit more traffic in this space. So we're going to pull out, we have a little mug here. It looks part of a tea set that one of my kids made in ceramics. But let's pull out 3 cards, and we'll take a moment to just take a breath. And then you can choose, and then we'll pull out a few cards for each of them. So I'm going to pull out 3 cards, and whichever one, do I want to do 3 or do I want to do 2? Let's see. Either 1 or 2. And you see which one you feel more called to. I just need 1 or 2. 1 card's good. Give me another card spread. I keep on like wanting to see it. I don't know why. Can I have one more, or are we good? So we have 1, 2, 3. The Amulet of Kurokuya. I think that's how you say it, guys. Let's see what the book has to say real quick. You are progressing through a spiritual transition. Psychic, emotional, and mental fluctuations and instability can temporarily occur as part of this process. It may require more effort than usual to stabilize and ground yourself. Transitions are essential components of the spiritual path. They are the necessary crossing points from one way of being into the next evolution. Transitions ultimately promise heroic breakthrough, yet they require particular spiritual care as the soul is more vulnerable to disruption during such time. You can utilize this knowledge to become attentive and generous regarding your spiritual protection practices. and in doing so, facilitate a smooth, significant, and successful transition in your life. A divine guardian is willing to watch over your path and ensure safe passage. So for a lot of you guys that are going through this transition and you're feeling, all right, you're feeling this energy of like, I'm kind of like in the middle of something, and you're coming up with these moments of clarities, or with these ideas, or these downloads from spirit, right? Learn to take actions within them is what I'm trying to say. I feel that there are things that spirit is trying to push you towards, right? You can have it, yeah. The girls made it for me, but you can have it. Sorry, one of my kids was asking for something. You're welcome. There goes the dogs. So anyways, as you're in this transition, you have to remember that these downloads that are coming in, and I mean, for some of you, this may be as simple as spirit asking you to protect yourself in a certain way, right? That may be, switching from your normal coffee to like a tea in the morning. This may be, meditating on with a specific frequency or something like that. Whatever it is, really pay close attention to what it is that is being communicated to you. I feel that a lot of these things that are coming to you during this time to take action on may not make sense in a logical way for you. A lot of these things you're just like, wait, how is that even possible? It almost kind of feels like the space of like make-believe, or the space of dreaming. And if you really think about it, when you're a child and you are playing pretend or whatever it is, there is no limitations in that space, right? And it's almost kind of like spirit is trying to get you in a place where you kind of almost have to go into this childlike energy of imagination in order to allow you to manifest. Because when you're in the space of Delulu land, right, where there is no limitations and anything that you wish for, anything that you can think of is possible, then you kind of allow your mind and what you're saying, right, what you're speaking out and what you're feeling, to all be in alignment with what it is that you're trying to manifest. So a lot of you have had issues manifesting because you may say one thing, but you're feeling another one. You're feeling like the body, what your body is feeling for it is going almost kind of like against it, or you're thinking against what it is that you're trying to manifest. So again, there are things here where they might not make sense to other people, how you're doing it or why you're doing it, or etc. But there is a purpose for it. And you guys during this time need to lean into that. Lean into where it is that spirit is asking you to take action. Where it is that spirit is asking you to go. There is a lot of like needing to step away from the overthinking or the overanalyzing things. That space where some of you go and it's like, well, I know that this works against this, right? But it's like, how can I put it? All right. So like a lot of people make protections for their houses, for their homes, based on, let's say, like things that they've read online. Like, and I'm just throwing this out here because again, I don't know what is used normally for anything. Like, some people put salt on their windows, or they use, you can use sage to cleanse, and Palo Santo, and all of this, all different things, right? And it's like certain people follow certain remedies, let's put it this way, for protection for their house, right? For their home, for their work, for whatever it is. And there's nothing wrong with that. Please do not put words in my mouth. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like spirit is coming through to you asking you to do things a little different. So like, let's put it this way. I have certain protections in my house, around my house, and around my property line. And none of them were made from anything that I've read, from anything that I've seen or anything like that. It was literally one one early morning. I think it was probably like around like 3 something in the morning. I woke up and I just started, like, I was in this trance, and it's like I had like this out of body experience, like where I can see myself what I was doing, but I really had, it was almost kind of like it wasn't me doing it, if that makes any sense, right? Like somebody, like, it was almost kind of like whoever, like whatever ancestral came through was very much like leading, pulling herbs and this and that and mixing things and putting them in very specific areas of my home and of my property. And up to this day, knock on wood, everything has been pretty good when it comes energetically to the house, when it comes energetically to the land. And that's kind of like what spirit is trying to tell you, is like, hey, certain things may work for certain people, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's working for you. Like, you need a little extra right? So like, I personally, the my style of reading, the way that I read the water and the fire, is different than just reading tarot, right? The way that I connect to the dead, like the mediumship aspect of things, like the energy work that I do, like all, I have my hands in so many different aspects of spirituality, plus the other areas that I'm exploring and that I'm learning about. My spirit, my home, my land need very specific protections, right? So spirit gave me those downloads specifically for me. And it's the same way with like what I use for like my oil scalp, my hair gel, like all of these things are things that I get complete downloads for. And it's like, that is where, like, even though it is being done behind the scene, behind the veil, because other people are not seeing these things, this is kind of like what spirit is asking you to take action. Because for a lot of you, there is this space where you resist. You still have this little, this little pushback when it comes to downloads. Whether this is because you don't have, okay, a lot of you are lacking this confidence and really trying to determine if these downloads are really coming through, or if it's something that you're making up. You may have had individuals in your life that are telling you that you are not gifted in a certain way, or that you, whatever you're doing or whatever you're following is evil, whatever it is. So there's this transition here, like this balancing out, this game that you're playing during this time. And spirit is trying to give you guidelines during this time, like trying to get you in this place where you are in the offense instead of the defense during this transition. Because whenever you've transitioned through your evolutional path, right, through your own spiritual evolution, it's like, as you're going from one to the other, you always have to be in the defense. And spirit is trying to put you in a place where you are in the offense, right? Where, hey, eat this, drink this, do this, whatever it is, right? Even if you can't make sense as to why you're eating something or you're drinking something or whatever it is, pay attention to the ask of it, right? Of what is being asked of you, not necessarily the why at this moment in time. Because I feel that if you allow yourself to lean into that space, spirit is going to show you exactly why you were asked to drink that tea, why you were asked to meditate that extra 10 minutes, why you were asked not to go out. Like, think about it in this way. If you ever had, like, you know, a night or a day where you really don't feel like going out, but somebody's like, oh, you should really come, and then you decide to go, and halfway there you end up with a flat tire, and you're like, shoot, I should have listened to my gut feeling. So this is all about gut feeling and really taking action as to what your gut feeling is telling you. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and let's move on to number 2. It's right here. Charcoal. And you guys are probably going to be able to hear my oldest. He's there and he gets loud when he's working. So just kind of keep it in mind. You have been called to undergo initiation. Challenges that you are working through are purposeful, divine catalyst for your healing and transformation. This is the means to your awakening and will support your soul empowerment and life's purpose. That may be as a creative or as a healer, a guide, a medicine worker upon this planet, or in some other way that your heart recognizes as true, authentic, and meaningful for you. The transformational journey into power will include twists and turns, and you will move through the death of your darkness and the ecstasy of your light as you shed resistance. Realize wisdom and embrace life with a fearless heart. For a lot of you, what is coming up is that aspect of the message that I downloaded earlier, where it was like, you know how you miss your turn, and you keep going straight, and the GPS still brings you to your destination. So for a lot of you, it's like there may have been a lot of mishaps or a lot of challenges within like I'm picking up this energy of like a passion program. I think like a passion program or passion project that may have had a lot of challenges. Maybe something that you wanted to get off the ground, whether it was like a business or again just a simple like project, like maybe you wanted to do like a Valentine's Day, and this is just an example, like you want to put a Valentine's Day event for single women in your area or whatever it is. Like there is this energy of like really wanting to sorry, there was a card missing. Really wanting to plan something or really planning something but never really taking action, right? So this could be somebody that says, oh, next year I'm going to throw like the best Halloween party. And every year they want to throw a Halloween party and they never do it. And its spirit is like, okay, Halloween, October is how many months away? Like, let's start buying the decorations now. Let's start planning the menu now. Let's start creating the invitation now. And again, this is just an example. But it's like taking action towards something that you really want to do. And it's like spirit is like, come on, let's go. Like this is the time. So during this transformation for you guys is the transformation of fearlessly taking action, fearlessly going after what it is that you want, without having these limitations that, okay, like even if you feel like you miss your turn, or maybe you felt like you miss your chance or whatever it is, spirit is like, hey, there's this road that you can take and still get there. Like, do not allow the challenges of the past determine whether you're really going towards this or not. We have the karma in the upside down, the sun. Again, I'm really picking up, and for those of you, I should have said this earlier, if you are a tarot reader, please, I would say close your eyes as I'm reading, because again, I read them intuitively. I have not studied them. There is this space of like, wanting to take a leap and a second chance, wanting to take a leap on something that you felt that you missed out on, something that you felt that wasn't coming back around, or something that may have felt like you may have lost a motivation towards this in the past. And it's like, hey, this is still here. This has always been here, and it hasn't gone anywhere, and it's not going anywhere unless you yourself decide that you don't want this. Unless you yourself decide this is no longer a dream for you, this is no longer a goal for you. So again, there is this realizing during this time that these challenges were not there to promote you to stop or to promote you to walk away from it. And again, what I'm going to say next may be confusing, but this was there for you to test yourself, right? Because spirit already knows that this is something that you want. Spirit already knows this is something that you want to commit to. But I feel that a lot of you were second guessing yourself, or were questioning yourself whether or not this was something that you truly wanted, whether or not this is something that you truly wanted to put the effort in. And I feel that a lot of you guys got stuck in this space where you honestly just didn't know. So these challenges were put in, it's almost kind of like you manifested these challenges yourself because you weren't 100% sure if you wanted this or not. Or at some point down the line, you kind of question it. And it's like, of course, if we ask the universe, like, hey, do we really want this? The universe is going to be like, oh, well, let's see. If this happens, are you still going to go after it? Or are you going to let it define whether or not you continue or you stop? So when you say you're going to go after something, when you say you're going to do something, then there has to be the space where you have to stay 110% committed to it. You cannot go back into the space where you're just like, oh, well, I don't know if I really want it. I don't know if I really want it. I don't know if I really want it. And it's like we have the Lovers, the World, and then we have the Three of Swords in the reverse. And we do have the Ten of Cups over here. I don't know why I'm calling out these cards, but whatever. So again, there is this space of like, this has always been there for you. Whether this is a purchase that you want, like some of you, like if this is a house that you want to buy, if this is a business that you want to start, or whatever it is, whatever this project is for you guys, it has always been there. It's not something that I feel has ever truly left. I just feel that we have the Fool at the bottom of the deck. I just feel that for a lot of you guys, you doubted your own ability to make something happen, to be able to manifest something. And doubt can be a bitch, to be honest with you. It is one of those energies that creeps in without you noticing it. And by the time you notice it, it's like it's occupying your entire mind. So you have to be very diligent when it comes to dealing with that energy in itself, with the energy of doubt. So, yeah, I feel that you guys are definitely more than ready, more than equipped for whatever this is, for whatever this project is. For like, you just need to take that step forward, that action step forward. Is what Spirit is telling you. Like, this has always been there. This is, some of you may have thought or may have been thinking that maybe this, something didn't plan out or something didn't work out in the past because it wasn't meant for you, or maybe it wasn't part of your path or something of that matter. And it's like, nothing of that comes through as the energy is what I'm picking up. Like, this may have very well been like a lie that you told yourself because you were in a space of doubt. And this doubting energy, this energy of like, am I enough, or am I going to make it, or will I make it, instead of when I make it, when I do it, when I finally like, there is this structure of the words that you use, the vocabulary that you use, that needs to kind of be reframed. Pay attention to your dialogue. And I know that a lot of people are like, oh, that is like, I'm telling you, when you really pay attention to what it is that you're actually speaking over your life, and you start to speak intentionally about your life, about yourself, about your family, about whatever, things start to shift. And that's kind of like what this whole transition is for you. It's like taking action within this space, yes, but taking intentional actions. So intentional actions with your words, intentional actions with your thoughts, intentional actions with your feelings. Like, if you know that you're going to meditate, let's say, to try to manifest something, like, don't go into it while you're feeling like crap. Like, do whatever it is, like, move a little, get energy flowing in your body, maybe dance a little, whatever it is that you need to do to kind of bring your body into the space of like, kind of like, okay, now we're in alignment. Now we can go into this meditation, into this space, visual, whatever it is that you do, however it is that you manifest, right? Now we can go into the space, whether you're burning something, whatever it is, but come into it with the space where your mind, your body, your spirit are in alignment with what it is that you're trying to manifest. Alrighty, guys. So let's go ahead and see the last one of you guys. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Well, I am going to try because I just think it's funny the way that I suck at all of these. Nigalja, Ponja, I don't know, guys. If I read it in Spanish, it's Nigalja Ponja. And we're going to keep the Spanish because I think it sounds cute. And if anything, if nothing resonates, at least you came for the laughter, right? Trying to get my Spanish as... And I know I can read, like, I should read this, all of these, and, like, really listen to Google pronunciations of them. But I just think it's funny that how it is for somebody that is bilingual, speaks two languages. I still struggle with so many words. Anyways, with hope in your heart, you will activate the helpful spiritual intelligence needed for creative healing resolution. No matter how great the odds may seem, difficulty will be transformed into opportunity and soulful manifestation. New possibilities will arise from that which is outmoded. Though you will spontaneously manifest fierce compassion if required, an underlying gentle approach will conserve your energy and attract all necessary resources to you. You are destined to evolve beyond a problematic situation into a more abundant, restful, and supported reality. And we'll leave it there. Now, let me stop. So again, one of the main things that Spirit is definitely like yelling to you guys is like, hey, take that first step. Take that first step. Take that first action towards me, and I got your back. I feel that a lot of you really tend to stay in a place of challenge longer than what you should. A lot of you are a little too prideful to ask Spirit for help. A lot of you are a little too embarrassed, maybe because it is something, maybe there was a situation that you knew that you weren't supposed to go into, or maybe you knew you were supposed to stay away from certain people. Now, whether this is in business or romantic, it doesn't really matter. But because you knew better and you still went into a situation, a lot of you are a little embarrassed of coming now into this time of asking for help. And it's like Spirit is like, hey, I'm here. Just ask for it. Like, your guides, your angels are always with you if you believe in them. Or whatever it is that you believe in, whatever deities, however it is that you connect, they're always there for you. And the thing is that you a lot of times do not utilize them for help. And when it comes to the space, for a lot of you, taking that action is simply saying, hey, I need help. Hey, I need guidance. Hey, I need protection. Hey, I need, to whomever it is that you connect with. It is literally that simple sometimes, guys. I feel like sometimes you guys overcomplicate this whole reality, this whole manifestation of things, and it is a lot simpler than what a lot of people want to make it seem. It is part of our nature to connect to all of these energies. It is part of our nature to manifest. And when we make it, right? When we make it into this huge, out of reach thing, right? This overcomplicated things, then the limitations that have been set through society is what actually blocks us from achieving what it is that we want to achieve. This is actually what blocks us from actually manifesting. on, guys, because my ear right now is like itching like crazy. There is a sense again. Oh my God, hold on, because right now, ooh, that was strong. Oof, okay. So I'm gonna explain to you what just happened because I was gonna start talking, and I'm like, as soon as I was gonna say it, you know, like when you go to the beach and let's say like somebody comes and tackles you from the back or whatever, regardless, you end up under the water, the salt water, and you don't have time to catch your breath or hold your breath as you're doing it. So the water goes up your nose and you feel that salt water up there and in your mouth going down your throat. It's like that burning water. That is exactly what I felt. And yes, I know what it feels like because I didn't know how to swim until I was an adult. And yes, I was born in an island. I know. But it's exactly what I feel. It's like somebody that is like so like drown, like basically you're drowning in a space of something, and but you're not willing to like admit like, hey, I don't know how to swim, hey, can you help me, hey, can you teach me? And it's almost kind of like spirit is like, hey, we can teach you how to swim, we can come to your rescue. You guys are like, hey, we can teach you, like we can send a whale to come for your rescue, whatever it is, you know what I mean? But it's almost kind of like you really need to stop. It is wonderful that you are this spiritual warrior, this like I can handle, like I can. It is beautiful, but hey, there's more to life, even in the spiritual aspect, than constantly being a battle, than constantly having to fight. And I think that is something that wants to come in for you guys, but you need to take that step forward towards that. These physical battles that you've had to fight, right? These physical struggles that you've had in life, and the spiritual battles that you've had to fight. It's almost kind of like spirit is trying to show you that you've come to the other side of it. You've come, like you've learned through it, you've grown through it. But whatever that programming is so in depth with you that I feel sometimes, even when you know that spirit tells you, don't go down that road. Don't go down that path again. I'm going to use myself as an example. Perla, do not do that. And it's bright and loud, and I can feel it and I can sense it as I'm walking towards it. And I'm like, no, I'm going to go there because I can handle it. Spirit's like, sweetie, I know you can handle it. You know you can handle it. Who are you trying to prove a point to at this point? You like the suffering of that, whatever it is, right? It's almost kind of like, hey, you've learned this lesson. You've proved it to yourself. You've proved it to the world. You've proved it to spirit, if that's the word that you want to use, because that's the words that's coming through. Why must you continue to put yourself in this position? Why must you continue to drown? In Spanish, we said, porque tú te ahogas en un vaso de agua. You drown in a cup of water. But it's because there's something here that you're still struggling with letting go. There is this, okay, I get it. And again, no shame here, guys. I'm just telling you the energies as they're coming up. There is this space of, you know, when, hold on, guys. You know, when we get compliments, right, about how strong we are and how fearless we are, whatever it is, right? We sometimes get into a space where we need to continuously show how strong we are, how powerful we are, how whatever it is, right? Because as by nature, as creatures, right, we crave certain things, certain praises, certain whatever. And it's almost, some of you may have gotten used to this, to some of you have gotten into a space of craving this energy of like, oh, you're so resilient, you're so strong, you're so that you, I don't know whether you're doing it consciously or not, my love, and it's irrelevant, because now you are aware that that's what's happening here, right? Are putting yourself in situations where you constantly have to be this strong, resilient person, and then you're wondering why things are not getting easier, things are not getting better, or why you're not having an easier life. And the spirit is like, well, I already told you what was happening, like if you were going to go down this road. I'm trying to lead you this way, but you keep forcing yourself that way. Remember, there is a different way. Like when we talked about earlier about this, missing your exit or missing the turn isn't always necessarily a bad thing. It may be that you missed that turn because that turn had a lot of lessons and a lot of things that you have already learned. So going down this route, one, may be a lot faster, and it's going to be a lot smoother than what it was the other way. So like, put it this way, the turn that you missed could have been 5 minutes to your destination, but there was going to be 5 traffic lights, and you were going to hit red at every single traffic light. So a 5-minute drive is going to turn into, let's say, oh, plus on top of that, there was going to be a car accident at the 3rd traffic light. So now a 5-minute drive is going to turn into like a half an hour drive. So now you kept going straight, right? Because you missed a turn, and you look at it and you're like, oh, 7 minutes, it has 2 minutes, whatever. But you get home in 5 minutes because you're either, all the lights are green for you, there's no stop sign, there's no traffic. It's like you're literally the only person on this road. And that's kind of like the way that you have to kind of look at it during this time. Don't be so resistant to the changes that spirit wants to bring your way, because a lot of that change, as scary as it may be, is needed during this time. Well, guys, that is all that I have for you at this moment in time. As always, thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and do so. We would love to have you. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Love you all. Mwah. Bye-bye.